popular TikToker is getting a lot of heat. Her name is Rose, and the reason why she's getting some hate is because she's referred to herself as a stay-at-home girlfriend.
Yo, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Shisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
So a few days ago, a woman by the name of Allie went viral for basically just admitting that she loved to submit to her husband and that she was a housewife. Now, as we know, man, everybody lost their shit. And when I say everybody, I just mean women in specific. They didn't like that coffee.
This coffee smells like shit.
But what I didn't know was that this is a thing. Yes, there are women out here who don't like the idea of other women either being stay-at-home moms, publicly confessing that they love to submit to their husbands, as in like let them lead, or not in a partnership. I didn't know that there are women out here who feel very, very strongly about just seeing another woman who's like a stay-at-home mom or resembles something that's like that. So I was looking at the story from the Young YouTube channel. So the post read, "Stay-at-home girlfriend attracts bitter critics on TikTok." Of course, without any further delay, let's check it out.
A popular TikToker is getting a lot of heat. Her name is Rose, and the reason why she's getting some hate is because she's referred to herself as a stay-at-home girlfriend. Her boyfriend apparently has a very well-paying job. He works in finance. And so her lifestyle is, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit of a dream. Let's give you an example of that.
Day in the life of a 26-year-old housewife. So today I got up and went for a little walk, got some coffee, did a little grocery shop, stocked up the fridge and replenished my toiletries and my boyfriend's toiletries and restocked the bathroom. Then I put the little eggs inside their little egg house and I cut the coffee and filled up the coffee jar. Then I folded yesterday's laundry, did some more laundry, mopped the floors, vacuumed the carpet and watered all the plants. Cleaned all of my makeup brushes, had a little lunch and tidied up. Did a bit more laundry, had another coffee. Then my boyfriend finally got home, so we went for a little date at the arcade. And I'd been traveling that week, so I was really tired. I had a bath and some wine, and then we actually had a Chinese takeaway that night. The end.
Let me just note for the record, she does a lot of laundry, right? Like, it's not like she's laying around eating bonbons, listening to or watching The Real Housewives of New York City, right? Like, she's working.
Yeah.
But it's unpaid work, let me just note that. And it's also work that doesn't really translate to something that you could put on a resume and get a job later in life if it turns out that relationship doesn't work out. Like, look, I have no problem with stay at home anything. Like, if you want to be a stay at home girlfriend, do you, boo? I'm worried about the future though.
So that wasn't in that video, but in the rest of the articles that I read about it while I was grinding my coffee, is that she explains like, oh, when my boyfriend's coming home, I bake for him, and then it has delicious like different pastries and stuff that she baked. And now all of a sudden I'm thinking, maybe if you're the boyfriend, it's not such a bad deal. Yeah,
it's funny that you thought about it in that way because it's fun. Like, I'm not thinking about the boyfriend at all. Like, the boyfriend made his bed.
Of course.
He's like, don't work, I'll
Female
pay
nature.
She made the bed. She's a stay-at-home girlfriend.
She's a stay-at-home girlfriend, right? No, but like, I'm thinking about what's in the best interest for this woman because notably, she's 26, she's beautiful, and the relationship is great right now, but we know how these kinds of stories end, and that's why I'm worried about her, right? I have no hate for her. Like, she's living the dream.
Why are you worried about her?
Sounds great, actually. You know, who doesn't want to like feel comfortable, stable, like financially, to the point where you can like explore baking and everything? Like, sounds great. But what if it doesn't work out? These are the important years to build something for yourself so you're financially independent, right? Yeah. That financial independence is important. It is, because if you're reliant on an individual for your financial stability, if things don't work out with that individual, you're out on your own and you're just the girlfriend. You're not even married to him, so you can't like take half of what he earns, like when you leave him, you know? It's like when you leave him, you know?
Yeah, well, that's true too. So look, this story is a roller coaster ride. So I got a lot of different thoughts on it. So on the one hand, I thought, hey man, if you like it, I don't care.
Who the hell wouldn't like it?
Yeah, look, it's not my job to judge you. I don't care, right?
You'd be
go
surprised.
have at it, Hoss. On the other hand, I thought the same thing Anna did. Like, what if it doesn't work out? And you're 26 now, but what if you get to be 32? Getting back into the workforce is going to be brutal.
Brutal.
Hannah Jenkins 739 wrote in, I literally would rather work.
Do you, boo?
And so, yeah, I feel, again, conflicted about this because I look at it and I go, yeah, one, I'd be bored. Two, I would much rather have a real job than this job. On the other hand,
dude, you're not a woman.
Okay, then Hannah, you work and she doesn't. And that's called freedom. Charlotte says, so you're a live-in cleaner. Well, look, that's a little bit demeaning. And remember, there's a lot of stay-at-home moms who've been doing this for centuries.
Yes, and it is an incredibly hard job. It is raising kids, cleaning, cooking. And by the way, let's also snaps to all the ladies out there who do have full-time jobs and then go home and still have to do the cooking and the cleaning and the child rearing and all of that stuff. Women are amazing. Let me just say for a second. And also, yes, there are men, although far fewer, who do it all as well. But for a long time, especially with like rigid gender norms in the country, it was mostly just women doing it all, having to like, in this economy, earn an income and then come home and do everything else, incling the laundry. The same amount of laundry that this lady has been doing.
Totally. So one last thing, it gets to my favorite commenter in the bad reaction. So overall, guys, stop judging and stop being mean. Like if she likes it, etc. But if you want to be helpful, I thought Jessica Louise Beach. That sounded super funny, sorry. Had my favorite comment. She says, so what happens when you split up and have no career to fall back on? Genuine question, right? And it does sound like a genuine question.
Is, yeah.
So it was a little bit helpful. And then she wrote back, Rose Davis X did, we won't. That's what you think now, but that's not necessarily true. I mean, we've seen a lot of relationships and it doesn't necessarily work that way.
All right, guys, so that's it. So first, I'll just kind of admit that they do have some fair questions with as far as like the whole stay-at-home girlfriend type thing. I understand, I get it. But just a couple of things that I observed about the female host. The talking points that she had basically of like, where's your security? Like, what happens if it doesn't work out? I think she would still have those same questions if that was a married stay-at-home mom up there. I honestly believe that. And the worst of those comments they didn't even read. If you go check that lady's TikTok out, you'll see all this hostility. Again, it like surprised me. All these women are angry at seeing this woman kind of flaunting what she can do. People act like this is an option for a lot of women. That's what's also funny. They act like this is an option when only a small percentage of men can afford to actually have a stay-at-home wife. First of all, stop acting like it's an option, right? It's a privilege. Notice what she said there about like, oh, I didn't even think of him and whether this is a good idea for him or not. I'm just thinking of her. Female nature right there shining through, guys. The way they were talking about this whole thing and the way people talk about this, it's like the woman is somehow suffering in that position. And that's how much female empowerment has been brainwashed into everybody, including the man that was on the show. So we see a woman who we've given free will to choose, an adult, right? And she chooses to stay at home. And now everybody's like, oh my gosh, but are you okay? Is everything all right? And some people are so brainwashed that they look at her like she's an idiot. Like the comments on Allie's post saying things like, oh, you just took us back 50 years. They hate seeing this. I'm realizing this. I didn't know it was this bad. And it makes sense. Why? Because this is a direct contradiction to what the media pushes a lot of women to do, which is to be strong, independent, right? And basically just take care of yourself, do your own thing. And they can talk about what if it doesn't work out? Well, chances are if it doesn't work out, it would be because she left, because women, well, at least here in the US, initiate 70 to 80% of divorces. I'm curious to know what you guys thought of this video. I appreciate you guys for checking out another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, man. I'm out. Peace. That she was a housewife